There's not much story behind the music, is there?
Oh, you don't know the half.
I still feel like a very ordinary person.
Songwriting is good therapy.
I write songs.
I wrote this song and
No, don't edit this part
I don't
out.
know any of you and
We
I'm
were
telling
just
you.
these kids in a
Let's
garage.
start at the beginning now.
Welcome to Storytellers.
Welcome to Storytellers.
Welcome to Storytellers.
Thank you very much. Welcome to VH1 Storytellers, everybody. We're the Foo Fighters. How you doing? Just so you know, they told me I'm allowed to talk and tell stories and stuff. So I hope everyone took a big piss before we got in here. Because anyone who's ever seen the band, anyone ever seen our band before? You know that the microphone is my friend. And when we got asked to do this, someone at VH1 said, "Is Dave aware that he's gonna have to, talk and tell stories?" And everybody that worked with us just went, ha. Yes, he is. We've been a band for 15 years now, I think. Actually, it's almost the 15th anniversary, because it was just after Halloween in 1994 that we got together and jammed for the first time. And I remember that because that was probably one of the worst hangovers I've ever had in my life. Not only because of the party, but that year I was dressed as Darth Vader, which was a childhood fantasy of mine. When I was young, I wanted to be Darth Vader so bad, but the mask was $60, and I was like, "Mom, please." She's like, "I can't, that's too much." So finally I got the mask at 26 years old or whatever. And that night at the party, I remember being so stoked, like, "I'm Darth Vader, and you're jealous." And I had the mask on. It was two pieces. There was the face thing, and then the helmet deal. And then I get to the keg party, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, this is a keg party." So every time I had a drink, I'd take off the helmet and take off the mask and take a sip and chug it and then put the thing back on. But there was an elastic band, and so by the end of the night, I was just going, hitting myself with the... That's not what we're here to talk about. I think that we've got this greatest hits record thing that's going to come out, and it's coming out soon. And it's a trip to listen to for me because, this is these songs, they're like my life, and these guys are like my family. In the last 15 years, it's like I listened to the sequence of all those songs together, and you kind of wonder where all the time went, and it's been such a blur. And this song, this is where it all started. This song is off of the first record, which honestly was just this demo tape that I did sort of for fun. I didn't think it was going to be a band. I sure as shit didn't think I was going to be here 15 years later talking to people about our career. But the first record was this demo tape that I did down the street from my house because I had nothing better to do. So I booked 5 days at this guy named Robert Lang, had a studio that he built underground. It was in my neighborhood. And 5 days, that was like an eternity for me. And that was like, I'm gonna make the White Album, this is killing me. And I recorded all this stuff by myself just for a goof. And I called it Foo Fighters because I didn't want people to know it was me. I wanted them to think it was a group of people, like the Ramones, or the, whatever, Pixies or... So I thought, Foo Fighters, that's cool, people will think that's a band. And then I went to this cassette duplication place and made 100 of them and just started giving them out to friends. And this is what happened. Visiting is pretty, visiting is good. Seems that all they ever wanted was a brother. This could be a secret, way to keep it good. We've had all we ever wanted had to cover. This is a call to all my freezing. Fingernails are good. Seems that all they ever wanted was a market. Daffodils are friends. They can say they should never fall to ground. Call it magic market. This is the code for my best resignation. This is the code for. This is the code for my resignation. Thanks. That was a funny time, actually, because so then we were a band. And we got a van, you know? And we're like, okay, let's tour. But it was a fun time for us, and it was it was only a matter of time before we had to make a video, right? Which was something we were kind of initially opposed to doing. She was like, fuck that. Corporate fucking VH1 bullshit. And then, you know, how easily we were swayed to do that. So we made a video for this song called Big Me. See? Which we got all these different treatments from different directors. Like, I see 1,000 fluorescent AM radios on a beach. The sky is pink, and there's, you know, a unicorn, whatever. And, you know, the song is 2.5 minutes long. We read these treatments like, no, no, no. And then this guy named Jesse Peretz sends us this treatment that just says, you ever seen those Mentos commercials? That's all it said. And we're like, dude, that's perfect. It's like the song sounds like a candy commercial. This is perfect. And I remember when we were doing it, Pat, our guitar player Pat, he goes, you know that every time we play this for the rest of our lives, people are going to throw that fucking candy at us every night, right? I was like, no, there's no way they'll do that. Sure as hell, the video comes out. First night of the tour in Denver, it's like, this song's called Big Me. And it was like riot guns of Mentos. Just like, and those fucking things hurt, you know? They're like rocks. They're not like marshmallow candies. They're hard. And so, you know, we played it for whatever, a tour, and then I was just like, fuck this song. I don't want to play it if these people are going to throw that stuff at us. So we stopped. And I mean, we stopped playing it for like 10 years. We stopped playing it. I never wanted to hear that song again. I hated that song. 4 years ago, we go on tour, we're in Canada, and we're sitting there. I'm like, you know what? It's been 10 years. Let's play Big Me. Do Mentos even exist anymore? I don't know. I haven't seen one of those commercials in 10 years. So I walk up on stage. Oh, I got a booger. Hey, thanks. So I walk up on stage. You're the greatest fans in the world. Look at you. What are you, my wife? So, and then my tech with the Kleenex. That's cute. Anyway. So we're playing this show in Canada, and I'm like, it's been 10 years, let's play that song. So we walk up and we play him. Sure as hell, someone throws a full pack, man. Like, right in the face, too. And so I stop the song, and I'm like, okay, you know what, everybody? Look, it's been 10 years. Enough with the Mentos. It's so 1996 or whatever. stop it with the Mentos. And you know what? Just to sort of, let's have our own little ceremony so we can lay this stupid Mentos thing to rest. And I'm gonna burn a pack of Mentos on stage so we can have this ritualistic ending to this. So I got my pack and I'm looking for my lighter and I'm like, does anybody have a lighter? And 10,000 people threw their fucking lighter at my face. So if you have any Mentos tonight, you can fucking shove them up your ass. This song's called Big Me. When you're 22 or 25 or 28 years old, it's easy to feel like, well, this isn't real life, you know? This is too awesome. There's no way this is reality. This is great. But then after a while, you start to realize, wait a minute, this is, you know, this is a reality and this is the way it is. One of my big epiphany revelations was when we went to do the Neil Young benefit. The night before the show, you go to Neil's house for a barbecue and everyone from the gig is there. And it's, you know, it's Neil's family. It's he and his wife and his kids, and it's a barbecue, you know? And you look at this guy who's like, he's just, you know, to me, he just represents integrity and inspired countless musicians like me. He's just a badass, you know? And you look and you're like, oh, wait a minute, you can do both. For the longest time, I really honestly felt like, well, this isn't real, this is bullshit. You know, I gotta go, like, be a dad and mow the lawn or something, you know? And then you realize, like, oh, wait, now I do both, so.
You mow the lawn?
No.
He's got a lawn.
Yeah.
Doesn't mow it.
This is a new song, it's called Wheels. It sounds like this, check it out. Thank you.
After your children were born, did it influence you to make a different type of music?
Well, I don't know about a different type of music. We all have kids now. And I think that when you have a kid, it just changes everything about everything. You know, the way the person that you are and the way that you experience life and the way that you write lyrics or the way that you process emotion or, you know, it's just a different ballgame now. So it's inevitable that it makes its way into your songwriting because that's supposed to be, you know, a direct, you know, outlet or expression of the way you really feel. To me, everything that we do, every lyric I've ever written, it means something to me and it's personal. No matter how stupid it is, it means something. So I have 2 daughters now, and when I first became a father, thank you very much. When I first became a father, it absolutely changed everything about the way I would write lyrics because, you know, years ago I might have thought like, no, I don't want to say that. It's too mushy, or I don't know. But now, you know, when I write a love song or something, I know what love means now that I'm a dad and I'm a father, so it's kind of like I can really write about it now, I suppose. You alarm me now to talk about. Take those pictures down, check it out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. There goes my hero. He's ordinary. Don't the best of them read it out, while the rest of them read it out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero. Watch him as he goes. There goes my hero. He's ordinary. look like a little choir. Isn't that cute? Well, that song, My Hero, was actually one of the first. We started playing that song on one of the first tours, because when we first started playing, we only had the 12 songs that were on the first record, and we sort of used those as an excuse to be a band. But the first rehearsals that we had, we started writing more stuff, and so songs like Enough Space and My Hero and some of the others came really early, and we were doing that song, My Hero, and I remember I was watching some new wave movie. I can't remember what it was, some 80s movie. And for whatever reason, whenever I hear the melody of that song, My Hero, it reminds me of like Valley Girl or something. I don't know why. But that was one of those songs that was scribbled in like 2 seconds just to have something to sing. And after writing that and sticking with the lyric, you look back on it years later and you think, wow, man, maybe I was actually talking about something specific without really knowing it. And I've had a lot of people in my life that I've considered heroes that none of you people know, you know? Just people, my friend Pete Stahl or Chip Donaldson, people in my life that I really looked up to as heroes that, you know, they weren't in KISS. They were just people. And I think that's probably what I was talking about in that song.
Can you remember one time from your entire career together where you just kind of stepped back and said, you know, this is pretty cool? Besides this?
I'm having one of those moments right now. Hold on, pinch. Last year, while we were on the road, in the last couple of years, we had this no sound checking songs we already know policy. So we used the tour to write a bunch of songs, which at the end of the tour was kind of a dangerous thing because we ended the tour with a bunch of new songs. It's like, what, are we gonna go make another record? Fuck no, I'm sick of this shit, you know what I mean? You get to the end of the tour and you're like, oh my God, I'm never gonna do this ever again. But we had all of these songs. Word Forward was one of them and Wheels was another one of them. But my best friend Jimmy passed away last year. He's a guy that I've known since I was like 6 years old. And we shared everything together. Discovered music together, discovered weed together, discovered punk rock and underground metal, and we were brothers, you know? And when he passed away, it had such a profound impact on me that I realized, like, wow, that part of my life is over, you know? And now there's only one way to go. It's like, you just have to move on. And to me, this song is about exactly that. It's about moving on after you know, your best friend passes away and you realize, okay, you just gotta go forward. This song's called Word Forward. Goodbye, Jimmy, farewell, youth. Must be on my way, I've had enough of you. I was a young man, proud and true, but just a simple boy with nothing left to lose. Years that I've wasted, things I owe you. They're just fucking words. This is life or death. It's time to clear the air. You better save your breath. think I was in 7th grade. There was this girl named Sandy Moran. She was the new kid in 7th grade, and she was a total fox, like Farrah Fawcett, just in 7th grade. So I asked her to go steady, and, you know, after kissing each other at our locker every day for a week, she's like, you know, I'm new here, I don't want to get tied down, or whatever. It was 7th grade. So, and I remember I was so heartbroken, and that night, I had this dream that I was on stage playing guitar in an arena or something, you know? And I was doing a guitar lead, and you have to realize I'd only been playing guitar for like 2 years or something, so. And I was on stage, and I looked down, and there's Sandy, front row, and she's just crying like, I'm so sorry. Like she just threw away the greatest thing that ever happened to her, and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, you know? So that might be the genesis of all of my rock songs. This song, I think, is the one song that most people sort of identify this band with. Over the years, and it was one of those songs that wasn't supposed to go on the record, it wasn't written for the record. We thought we were done with the record, but we had this little idea, and I went and made a demo of it and brought it back to the band. And I honestly think that if it weren't for this song, we probably wouldn't still be here, because it opened up so many doors for us, melodically, dynamically. It sort of gave us a reason to keep being a band for 12 or 13 more years. And every once in a while, you write a song like that, and you think, okay, man, I guess, you know, we can keep doing this because it still means something to us. And that's the most important thing. And actually, I think the one thing that I probably, if you could ask me one of my highlights of being in this band in the last 15 years, we were on tour with Bob Dylan, opening up for him with our acoustic thing. And about 2 or 3 days into the tour, someone came up and said, hey Dave, Bob wants to talk to you. And I was like, Bob who? He said, Dylan, he wants to talk to you. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? Did I say something wrong or what? They're like, no, just, he's right over there. I'm like, oh shit. So I look in the mirror, make sure I look good, you know. And I walk down the hallway, and they're like, yeah, he's just right around that corner, just right there. It was in this hockey arena in Canada. So I look around the corner, and it's this dark hallway, and there he is. I just see his silhouette, and he's standing against a wall, and he's got on a black leather jacket, black hoodie, black leather pants, and black leather boots. And he's standing there in the dark. I was like, oh, this is good. And so I walked up and I said, hey, man. And he said, hey, how's it going? Thanks for being on the tour. He was a really nice guy. And we were talking and talked about his book and stuff. And then he said, man, what's that song that you guys got? It says, only thing I ever ask of you is not to promise, not to stop when I say when. And I said, oh yeah, that song Everlong. He goes, man, you gotta show that to me. I want to start doing that song. I just thought, you know what? I'm done. So this one's for Bob, and thank you very much for coming out tonight, you guys.